Uncle Joey. Can he make it 27? That record, doesn't need the outright lap record, the Superbike lap record as well. Into the hedge, over St Ninians, and down Bray Hill for the first time. Look at the commitment.
That's Top Gear pinned just seconds after leaving the start line. No warm-up session, no sliding lap, Andrew. They are just straight into it, from cold to absolute flat out.
Harrison, wheels off, on board reflective visor on today. This is the best weather we've seen, Cam. It's hot today, totally dry, perfect racing conditions.
Yeah, they are. They're the best conditions we've had so far. And I'm sure that these Superbike pilots are going to make the most of them.
Oh!
James Hillier, whoa, crossed up over Crosby Jump. That's Top Gear, and that is not a spot that you want to get out of shape.
It is not, is it? Goodness me. Dunlop coming through a little bit smoother there, and Todd as well, just with a little wiggle. On board with Todd now, the rear view. Now, Todd to me looked amazing on the Ducati the other day in Supersport. He looked hungry for it. He didn't quite get it. We know he's good on this BMW. He's loving the machine, and I think he's going to be desperate for a winner. I'm expecting to see Todd do big things.
Absolutely. He started the week with a podium. I think there's plenty more to come.
On board with Hickman then, through the light and the shade here. Incredible speed.
That's Top Gear, dropping down a cup.
Here's that moment again for Hillier. Wow.
Oh, Hillier bought a Honda this year, and he's certainly trying to tame it.
Hickman had that fully squashed, didn't he, as we see Harrison now.
We're down through Kirkmichael. First lap.
He's catching Coward already.
Yeah, Dean Harrison is making up good time. We know how fast Dean is out of the blocks. He was blindingly quick in Supersport, leading on the first lap. And I think he's taking a similar strategy in the Superbike race.
Davey Todd leads. Our first split, Glenn Hill and Davey Todd leads from Peter Hickman. Very, very tight at the top.
There is nothing in it.
Good to see him on form, isn't it? He looked frustrated last year, didn't like he was going his way. We know he had a great Northwest, he was good on the Supersport, and now on the big 1000 from BMW.
Yeah, he had some bad luck with illness last year, on top of all the other issues.
The commitment through there. Cam, you've won here on a Superbike. You did your parade lap yesterday. I know we've all been ripping you because you had arm pump after a lap, but they're so physical. You know, all joking aside, this is a very physical race now.
It is so tough to ride one of these bikes for one lap, let alone 6. There's no room to back off, not if you want to finish anywhere near the front. And now Dean Harrison, he's cleared Jamie Coward. Will Jamie be able to get a tow?
Here comes Hillier with Dunlop in hot pursuit.
Michael Dunlop's done well. Oh, by the end of Solby Straight, he's almost made up the 10 seconds on Jamie Coward, and he's using all the road and then some, and then we know that's what Michael does when he's pushing hard.
Super dirty piece of road to be using though, Cam. Yeah, that's taking risks, but he's obviously feeling really comfortable. There's Davey Todd, so late on the brakes, isn't he? He uses that short circuit style on the brakes. You often see him moving the bike around underneath him.
Ed Hickman. Slightly further back than we would usually see him, but he often takes a lap or two to come on, as we know in these longer races, Andrew.
5 seconds covering the top 4 at the minute. You're with Harrison. 6 laps. How you play yourself in, Cam? Obviously it's a long race. You've got to look after yourself and the machine, but we know with the outright speeds of people being on the podium, likely to be 130 plus average speed, miles an hour, remember. 6 laps.
But the days of easing yourself into these longer races are gone. The pace is so hot. It is absolutely flat chat from the get-go. As we see James Hillier here, he's going to jump on the back of Michael Dunlop now and try to hang on.
Dunlop is just 0.8 behind Harrison, and Todd comes through, confirms himself as the leader. He's 1.1 up, so 2 seconds covering the top 3.
You have to remember, Andrew, these riders, they're not seeing each other on course. They're racing the stopwatch. They're in their own battles, yet they're still only separated by tenths of seconds.
Well, we're hearing Josh Brooks has retired on lap 1, unfortunately. Rider okay, our information says, Cam.
Sounds like a mechanical.
Blamed from the back of Hickman as he heads up from Ramsey. Meanwhile, McGuinness.
Honda teammates, McGuinness, Dean Harrison making their way through the bungo. And look at the crowd that have made their way up to the mountain. It is incredible. You would think it's senior day. The amount of people out on course today is so impressive.
growing in popularity. It's not surprising why when you get these gladiators out there together. Look at Dunlop lifting a knee just to avoid the curb on the left side. Huge support for him during Supersport. We've had some brilliant stories this week already. Dunlop taking that 26th win to equal Uncle Joey. Then we saw the Crow brothers winning at home in sidecar. What has this Superbike race got in store for us? Davey Todd coming through. What are the splits? Harrison by 0.1, but that's surely going to change when Todd appears on the leaderboard. He does, he goes top, 1.8 back to Harrison. Davey Todd is on an absolute mission here, and then it's Harrison, Dunlop, and Hickman a little way off the pace. Here he is.
Yeah, but we know the form of this rider, Peter Hickman. Ride him off at your peril. He always gets stronger towards the end of the race, and he's such a fierce competitor. He won't be happy with sitting back in that position.
Harrison then comes down to end lap 1. You ride on board with him over St Ninians and down Bray Hill. Here we go, look at this. Unbelievable, just unbelievable stuff. Just listening into the throttle commitment down there. Dunlop too. This is incredibly close, but here is Davey Todd, your race leader at the minute on the BMW 1000RR. He looked so hungry the other day on the Ducati in Supersport. Can he take a win here on the Isle of Man on the big machine? 134.417.
That's Davey Todd's first 134 plus mile an hour lap from a standing start.
Incredible stuff. Can he hold on? 5 laps to go.